Hey Scorpio Collective, welcome to your quick read of your main toxic trait and how you can utilize it for your highest good. Interested in a personal read? My email is located in my TikTok and YouTube bio. Also, feel free to DM me if you're watching here on TikTok. Okay. Remember to take these messages as they resonate specifically for you in your life and understand this that in order for you to receive the actual clarity and enlightenment you need from my reads, you're going to need to be willing to be open, honest, and authentic within yourself to accept the truth. Okay. Now, as far as your main toxic trait, you have stagnation. Movement, even if slow, is progress, and activity stands still ruts. You also have fear. Face your darkness. Face your darkness. It's the only way to find the God in light. Anxiety, apprehension, and phobia. Now, Scorpio, you deal with stagnation as your toxic trait, okay? And what happens here is you have moments of doubt. Um, Due to your fears of wondering if things are going to work out for you, if things are going to work in your favor, if you're going to be successful, if your plans are going to be successful, or just what your life is going to look like in such and such days, months, or years. Okay. Now, the upside to this is in these moments of stagnation, when you're having those doubtful times and moments, it's actually allowing you to slow your roll a bit so that you could start trusting yourself more. You start listening to your intuition more. You start hearing the higher ups in the universe's messages to you more. And it helps you maneuver in a way that you start choosing healthier paths and making healthier decisions for yourself and for your life moving forward. Two confirmations. Now, the downside to this is that if or when you get too much time to think about something, you start overly thinking, okay? And with this overthinking comes you deceiving yourself or allowing your mind to trick you out of what you already know. Okay, so it's okay to slow down and think about your situations or decisions in life in general. It's okay to slow down and pray and take a moment of silence so that you can receive the messages coming into you. But you don't want to overindulge in overthinking because then you start thinking yourself out of good decisions. You start thinking yourself out of great ideas and you start thinking yourself out of certain creative moments that you actually have going for you. Okay. So it's it's a big deal, but it's not at the same time because you can actually you have control over this. It's just more so about catching it when it happens, Scorpio. When you find yourself in those moments of thinking about something or wondering about something, sit with it, feel what you feel, allow yourself to hear your first mind and follow that first mind that comes to your brain. Okay, do not second guess, do not self-doubt, move and roll with it and see where it leads you to. Because if you allow yourself to sit in it just a little bit longer, you're going to start thinking about the negative sides and the cons of, well, what if this happens, and what if I do this and then it doesn't go this way, or what if I go and say this and then this. You don't need that. All you need to know is to trust your first mind. Okay? Listen to the messages you are receiving from spirit. Whether you feel crazy or not, it's still something you should give a chance to and take a risk on. Always bet on yourself, Scorpio. Okay? And do it while scared. Okay? As far as how you could utilize this trait for your highest good, you have healing and help from above. The universe wants you to understand, Scorpio, that you do not have to take these burdens on alone. And also, when it comes to certain parts of you that still need healing, like the stagnation part, or your fears, or certain anxious moments, those anxiety moments that you have, the universe wants you to take time to yourself. The universe wants you to keep certain things between you and them so that they could truly give you the help and the healing that you need and deserve. Because maybe you take certain conflicts or things that you go through to other people, and It's not that they don't care for you, but they don't necessarily know how to help you through certain portions of your life. Okay. The only folk who can really give you the help that you're looking for is the universe, your spirit guides, because they know where you're headed already. They know the kind of love, the healing, or the messages, or whatever it is that you need already. So they want you to come to them more. They want you to pray more. They also want you to understand that you've been receiving this help from above since you was a child. Now it's that you're old enough and mature enough to be able to understand what's going on. They want you to no longer be afraid to come to them for help and reach out to them for assistance, whether you're praying on it or speaking it out into the open and believing that somebody, somewhere, some spirit hears me, because they do. And all they want you to do is call on them more often. Okay? No matter how you do it, whether you're angry, sad, disappointed, happy, whatever the case may be, they want you to incorporate them in your life more often and not be scared to do that or not feel like you're crazy when you do that. Okay? They want you to understand that things are balancing out the way that it needs to balance out. Everything is working the way that it needs to work. You may feel like certain things you want to work or happen within a certain specific time frame, but they want you to understand that in order for it to happen, you have to allow them to do their part, because what they're doing is they're clearing out anyone or anything that does not mean you any good any longer, so that you can receive the blessings that you have waiting for you. But if they was to give you these blessings right now, while you still have certain people, places, things, while you're still surrounded by certain people, while you're still allowing yourself to be in certain places, or you're still allowing certain thoughts to creep in that could potentially mess up what you got, they want to make sure all of that is cleared first. Okay, so that's what's going on. That's why divine timing is important, and it's important for you to understand the divine so that you can understand their timing for you, not man's timing. Okay, so really, all in all, they want you to know that you are receiving everything that you need. Justice is being had. Okay, there's a favorable outcome. I don't know if you've been stressing or going over and over in your mind about something being decided and if it's going to work in your favor or whatever the case may be. Things are being balanced out for you and it's going to work exactly how it's meant to work for you. Just have patience in this case, okay? They just want you to remain confident and self-assured and determined of where you're going, even if you don't know how you're going to get there. So how you can utilize this for your highest good is anytime that you start feeling these fears or you start getting anxious or you start seeing or feeling certain anxieties creep in about what if this and what if that, they want you to slow your roll and pray. And prayer looks differently for everybody. You do not have to have two hands clasped together on your knees over a bed. Even if you're talking how I'm talking to you right now, talk to them like that if you feel more comfortable like that. Journaling is a form of prayer and manifestation too, if you didn't know that. So whatever makes you feel better. Even if you decide to go sing and rap a song, understand the words that you're saying, understand the words that you're singing, understand the words that you're rapping. That's a form of manifestation as well in prayer. Okay? Just understand, they want you to understand that they hear your cries, they hear your words, they hear your songs, they hear your hymns, they hear your prayers. They're here. All right? That's how you utilize this for your highest good. Pray every time you feel yourself get a little anxious and or doubtful, Scorpio. Stop doubting yourself. Easier said than done. But anytime you start feeling those thoughts creep in, start praying or start writing and let it go. Interested in a personal read, you know where to find me. I mentioned it at the beginning of this video. I hope this helps somebody. I love y'all, Scorpio. Until next time, wishing you love, life, peace, and more blessings. Bye.